Hello, this is Mohammad Atif and here is my solution for this Plateau Founding Engineer challenge. So as mentioned in this document, I have used Django DRF as backend and postgreSQL for database and React for frontend and Celery plus Redis for background jobs. So this is how the front end of my project is looking. It is showing the every little detail which is important, but we will get back to it later. Now let me show you the database design of this whole backend. So I have divided the whole application into four entities. Like first one is idempotency key. So the model of idempotency key is this. Then we have payouts, then we have merchants and ledger. So talking about the payout model, so we have the structure of payout looking like this, which has a merchant, bank account, etc. Then we have this payout attempt also, which is also very important for us to track the whole life cycle of this of any payout. It's like this. So this is also very important, like payout state transition. Then we have this ledger, which is also a very important model for our project. So this is the structure of ledger. So this is helping us in calculating the balance on the fly. We are not storing balance anywhere. Then we have this simple model of merchant, and every merchant will have a bank account. So these are the four models of this project. Now let me show you the endpoints. So we have four endpoints. So this one is get balance, which is just returning us the balance of an account with this merchant ID key. Then we have this get payout, which is returning all the payouts for a particular merchant. Like this, if we will enter with this merchant ID key, then we will get all of the payouts of this merchant. So with every single details, with transitions, attempts, etc. So our backend is up. Yes. So we have got the all the payouts of this merchant. Then we have this endpoint of getting the details of a single payout, and finally we have this post request payout as mentioned in the document, with the body as bank account ID and amount paise, and in the header we are sending these three key value pairs, which is idempotency key and the merchant ID and content type. But as we can see, this idempotency key is used in a transaction which was this 30 paise transaction. So if I will try to make a 40 paise transaction again with this idempotency key, then it will throw us an error, because this idempotency key is telling us that this is the used idempotency key. So now we have to generate a new idempotency key in order to make this transaction successful. So I have given this the new idempotency key. Now if we will make this request, then we will get all the necessary information about this transaction, its state transition and its status, etc. So yes, we have created this transaction with this merchant user ID. So here we are getting the status as pending, and attempt count, and this transitions like from state, so nothing to pending is the state transition of this payout. Now if we want to get all the information about this transaction, like salary worker has done their job or not, or what is the status of this payout, then we have to come in this endpoint, and if we will hit enter, then we will get all the state transitions of this payout like this. So this is telling us first the state transition of this payout was from nothing to pending, then pending to processing, and it is also showing us the actor, like who was responsible for this state transition, then this process to complete it, and the attempt was one only. So this is all about the backend. Now talking about the front end, so we have this component of available balance, which is using polling every 3 seconds, and for payout history also we are using polling. So to understand the front end more deeply, what I will do is I will stop the worker. So I have stopped the salary worker. Now the payout which we will be creating will be in stuck mode, so we can get the status, like status of the payout more clearly. Like now if I will create a payout of 50 paise, 5 rupees, then it will show us the status of the payout as pending, because the salary worker is not working. So now every 3 seconds this payout all will refresh automatically, because we are using polling in this use payout hook. So this is the use payout hook, which is calling every 3 seconds. So we are now getting this 5 rupee payout, which is in pending state. Now if I will start the worker, then now the status of this payout we will be seeing changing in real time because of the polling. So we don't need to refresh the page. So, and now salary worker will done their work, and we will see the status of so yes, the status of this payout is changing in real time only. Now if you want to see the detail of a particular payout and its state transition or the number of attempts, then we are getting this. So in first attempt, so we are also getting the attempt count also. So here this in this state transition we are getting this state transition attempt 1 from nothing to pending, then pending to processing, then processing to again pending because of a failure case, which we have also implemented in our backend as asked in the assignment. Now salary worker will again take this and do their job, and we will eventually get the success or failure of this payout. Like again it is going in the processing, so now 2 times it is rejected. So now we are getting this status in real time only. And then if we are talking about this transaction or maybe payout, then this is how a completely successful transaction looks like. So yes, this was one of the transaction we made. So it is also telling us the worker that who was responsible for this stage transition. So this is, I think, a very so this 5 rupee transaction which we created just now is now successful, because or we can see the history of all the state transition and number of attempts. So in the third attempt, which is also last attempt, it was completed by the worker. So if in the 3 attempt, if payout is not succeeded, then our system will eventually mark it as failed, like you can see this example. So this was the transaction we have tried 3 times, and in third attempt it was all it was failing, then we have marked it as failed. So this is, I think, the most detailed version of this assignment. And talking about this explainer.md file, so this file is, I think, the most important file from as mentioned in the assignment document. So I want to elaborate this, which was mentioned in document, that while I was designing the database, so the AI gives me these 3 states, but I think we do not need these 6, which is doing overcomplicating the things. So I just stick to these 3 which I created by myself. So and then I have designed the whole schema of this project. So yes, this is all about this project. Thank you.